sunny conditions at Frankhausen Reserve, not something we've been familiar with, but a great win against Frankston. What were your thoughts after the game?
Yeah, really pleased with the way we got on in the second half. We had some things to tidy up in the first half, and that was a bit of credit to Frankston. They pressure pretty well and make it hard to play against. But we fixed up a few things and were able to run away with a strong win in the end. Be able to play in great conditions was great too. It's been a while since round one, since we had a game like this. So good to keep our winning record at home and move on to next week.
Yeah, you mentioned briefly, you chatted half-time. What was the kind of message there?
We've just gone away from our fundamentals, I suppose it was. Just rolling the dice a little bit too much, and that invited Frankston to be able to score some easy goals and get the ball out of our 50 too easily. So we tightened up on them, looked at a couple of clips and made some adjustments, and they did that really well in the second half.
Our previous two encounters against Frankston have been quite high scoring. Do you enjoy that kind of footy watching from the coach's box? I
enjoyed our way, not as much their way, but look, they're improving year on, and they make it really hard. They make it a real honest midfield battle. But yeah, look, I was pleased with our ability to score, but we probably gave up a few too many easy goals. But all in all, we were happy to get the 4 points and some guys back into form. Speedy Heron back into our team. Our tools were pretty good for most of the day.
Yeah, you were talking briefly about individuals there. Was there anyone else who impressed?
Look, I thought our backs were pretty good. Maxie Spencer's second half was really good. Jesse Joyce probably had his best game since he's been back from over in the States. So I think that they held up really well down back, and our forwards were able to play a role, and a few guys get on the end of it, Max and obviously Huey Dixon.
And Max Peskid's mark, what were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, nice one. Hopefully it comes up good in the vision. He hasn't stopped talking about it since the end of the game. So, yeah, look, he's been in a rich vein of form the last 5 or 6 weeks for us and continue that today. So full credit for his pre-season and working through all his injuries he's had over the last 18 months.
Now, looking forward, we're back down in Melbourne next week. We play the Bullets, we play for the Alex Aruccio medal. What's going to be the thoughts and process going into this week's game?
Look, another road trip. We've done a bit of travel. We've copped a couple of injuries out of this game, so we'll get a few new faces into the team. Excuse me. Play back at Preston, and they've improved over the last couple of weeks of pushing teams for a half and 3 quarters. So we'll go down there and prepare ourselves as well as we can, and look to have another win before we have a rest on a bye.
Perfect. Thanks so much for your time.
No worries.